Hi there. Today we're going to be talking about how to make Fastpasses. So there seems to be a lot of confusion around Fastpasses and exactly what they are and what they entail. So today I'm hopefully going to help you with a little bit of strategies, and then I'm going to do a screen portion where you can actually see how I make Fastpasses on my Disney experience.
I'm Christina. I'm a traveler, a planner, and most importantly, a mom. I'm sharing my best tips to make traveling as a family a little less stressful. So put down your phone, pack your bags, and let's showcase the world.
So the Disney Fastpass Plus system's been around for over 5 years now, but there's still this air of mystery around it. People don't really understand it, and that's because Disney made it so complicated. But it is really easy once you understand the process. So I'm going to walk you through the process, share some of my strategies, and then show you how to do it. So the first thing I want you to do is do some research on what is offered. You want to look at the attractions that offer Fastpasses and find out what are priorities for your family. You also want to kind of figure out what is going to save you the most time. So in Magic Kingdom, a fast pass for Peter Pan's Flight or Seven Dwarfs Mine Train is going to save you the most time in line. But those might not be of interest to your family. So you might look into Space Mountain or Thunder Mountain, something that is more up what your family's looking for, is still going to save you a ton of time in line. So what is important here is, even though you think that your family's going to love Dumbo the most, Dumbo doesn't really have a long wait time, so you don't want to necessarily, we're going to say waste, you're not wasting a fast pass if you book a fast pass, but use your fast pass for Dumbo, which doesn't really exceed 10-minute wait times, if you could use it for Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, that gets to be about 40 minutes. So you definitely want to do some research on what's offered, but you also want to do some research on what's going to save you the most time in line. I offer this service for my travelers, but I'm also happy to help you as well. If you want to shoot me an email, I'm happy to look at your list of Fastpasses and let you know whether or not it's going to be the best use of your time. It is a lot easier if I get to know your family and what interests you, so that's why working with my travelers, it becomes a little bit easier for me, but I'm still happy to help you if you give me a little bit of information about what you enjoy and what your selections are. I'm happy to look over that list for you. So now let's get into actually making your fast passes. So before you make your fast pass, you want to make a list of your selections. You don't want to be going in the day of and figuring out what exactly your fast passes you want to make are. You want to have a list going in. You also want to start with the harder to get fast passes. So that's going to be Flight of Passage in Pandora, the World of Avatar. That's going to be Slinky Dog Dash. That's going to be Smuggler's Run, Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run in Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. That's going to be Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. Those are hard to get fast passes, even if you're logging in when your fast pass booking window opens. You may not be able to get them, but it's always better to start with the hardest to get one. So go right, whether that's at the beginning of your trip or the end of your trip, you definitely want to start with one of those four. Whichever one is the most important to you, start with that one. And then once you get the hard to get ones, so those ones that I mentioned, then you can go back and do it day by day. I would recommend I usually do Hollywood Studios first, because those ones are pretty hard to get. It might be a little bit different with the new tiering, but I usually do my Hollywood Studios and my Animal Kingdom days first, because those ones tend to book up a little bit faster due to the tiering. And then I do my Magic Kingdom and Epcot days last. So that's a little bit of strategy for you. You want to make sure your tickets are linked before your fast pass booking day, so at least a week, just in case there are any issues. You can get those sorted out with tech support before your FastPass day, you want to log in. Your window opens at 7 a.m. on the day your window opens. So you want to log in around 6:45, kind of poke around a little bit, and then refresh your page right at 7 so you can go in and book that hard to get reservation. So those are my strategies for you. Now let's jump into how to actually book them.
So the first thing I did was I opened Chrome and I opened an incognito window. I find that my Disney experience works a little bit better in Chrome and it works much better in an incognito window. If you are making your FastPasses for the first time, do go in and just clear your cookies. It will make it work a little bit faster and a little bit more efficiently. Sometimes there are still some quirks. It won't always bring you to this page right away, so if for some reason this is not the page you're seeing when you sign in, just go to My Disney Experience here and click My Plans. You want to start here on this page. It will bring up your plans. So what you're going to do here is you want to make sure that your resort hotel is linked. So you just link your reservation, put in your confirmation number. Same thing with your park tickets. They should automatically link if you have a package with your resort hotel. If you bought them separately, you'll want to link them separately. Then over on FastPass, you will see that it will have when you can make them if you don't have an annual pass. So mine's a little bit different because I do have that annual pass. You can see my reservations are accepted through August 14th, and it says my FastPass that I can go in and make them. If you have your resort hotel and your park tickets linked, it will say you can start making your FastPasses on whatever date that is for you. So I'm going to go in and add a new FastPass. It's going to load my friends and family. I'm just going to select myself because I do have that ticket linked. I apologize, I'm going to have to scroll through my friends and family. I went on a trip recently with 20 people, and I have other people on there from past trips, so it might get a little confusing. I'm going to go for March 9th because I already recorded this a few times and the audio didn't work, so I already made them for the 15th, 16th, and 17th, and I don't want to get confused. So I'm going to start with Magic Kingdom because it's the easiest. It doesn't have tiering. I'll tell you a little bit more about what tiering is in a minute. I love Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. I think that's a great one to grab a FastPass for, but I don't want to grab it at 6 p.m. I want to take advantage of being able to get my 4th FastPass. Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin does usually have a pretty long line, so I'm going to grab this 9:40. I like to start around that 9:30, 9:40 time frame with my FastPasses because I'm not making it first thing in the morning, where if I'm using my FastPasses, I'm not taking advantage of the no lines, but it's still early enough that I can start to get my 4th FastPass. So I like to get them 9:30, 10:30 roughly, and then 10:30 to 11:30 and 11:30 to 12:30. So I'm going to continue on this same day, and I'm going to grab something. Let's see what Space Mountain has, because that's over near Buzz Lightyear, and it would be awesome if I can get something nearby a FastPass I already have. Yep, Space Mountain doesn't have anything until 4. I don't necessarily want to do that. So maybe what I'm going to do is jump across the park and grab something at Pirates. Pirates is a good one. You can see that there's this black box around these times. That's because that's the time I already have a FastPass experience for. Remember, you can only have one FastPass window at a time. So that hour window, you can only have one booked during that hour window. I'm going to grab this 10:55 a.m. and then I'm going to confirm that. Something that's close to Pirates that also gets a pretty long line is Jungle Cruise. So if I can grab Jungle Cruise for 11:55, I think I'm going to be golden. I'm going to view details more times because you can see the time that I wanted didn't come up. So this is a common problem here. The black boxes aren't on the right times. They're actually on the times that I want to make this for. So it's going to tell me that I already have a FastPass at that time. It will replace that FastPass, and I don't want that to happen. So I'm going to go back, and something that might help, because I do want to grab that around 11, is going in and selecting what time I want it for. Now I might be able to find that Jungle Cruise 11:40, so let's go back up and change that to 12. It's closer to 12 that I want that Fastpass anyway. So I find that issue kind of comes up when you go to that view details more times, more than it comes up on this initial screen. So just manipulating it a little bit will help you work around that little issue. Or another workaround is you can make it for a later time and then go in and modify it. So let me show you how to modify quickly. So that was the 9th. So say I wanted to do, say I got a dining reservation at 12 at Skipper Canteen. I'd want to move this a little bit later, so I would just go in, modify it, select myself, and then I can just select a later time. Super, super simple to modify. It's also really easy to modify from your phone. You can see it will replace my current, and I'm going to confirm that through. And that's it. So I apologize, I have some other Fastpasses in here, but we made them for March 9th. So there's my Buzz Lightyear at 9:40, my Pirates at 10:55, and my Jungle Cruise at 12:55. Remember, I didn't do it right at 12 because I had made a dining reservation, and I wanted this to be after my dining reservation. So now let me just show you what it would be like to do one with tiering. I would go into Epcot, because they have tiering, and they're not going to be booked up like some of the other ones. So we'll do that for the 10th at Epcot. So I'm going in and doing exactly what I told you not to do, going day by day, starting with May 9th and March 9th, and then doing March 10th. Remember, I said go for the ones that are harder to get and more important to you. So I would have started with Slinky Dog, Smuggler's Run, or one of the other more popular ones, Flight of Passage. So I'm going to go in, I'm going to book Soarin'. This is a Tier 1 at Epcot. You can see Frozen Ever After and everything else was Tier 1 as well. I'm going to confirm that. And then when I go in to make my second Fastpass, I'm going to continue on the same day. You'll see that those options aren't available to me. You can see that when I go to select a Fastpass experience, that I've already chosen an experience from this list. So I can either change what I already have to one of the other Tier 1s, or it prompts you to make one for Tier 2. So I'm going to just make that Tier 2 here. Because I'm not making it 60 days in advance, I'm not going to be able to get on some of those popular ones. That doesn't mean I can't keep trying. So just keep checking back. You might be able to get it at a later date. Let's try the 11th here. So let me show you how it shows up. We're going to just override that there. You can see that all of the Tier 1s are unavailable. It says currently unavailable. So that's kind of what will happen when you're not making them right when your window opens. One of the benefits of staying on Disney property is that you do have that 60-day window. Just keep trying. People change their plans. I'm going to go in and cancel all the ones that I just made so someone else can have them. Just be persistent. Check on your phone. Even check the day of, the day before and the day of. That's when you'll see a lot of things come in. Another thing to note is maybe I can't get it for, maybe you won't be able to get it for your whole party, but you can get it for one person. Try getting them one at a time. If you can't get it all at the same time, get it for overlapping. So say, these don't work because they're all shows. For Rock and Roller Coaster, if I can get it for myself at 6:55 and then I can get it for my husband at 7:15, that's great because from 6:55 to 7:55 is my window and his window is 7:15 to 8:15. So between 7:15 and 7:55, we both will be able to ride together. So that's a little workaround if you can't get what you're looking for.
So now you guys know how to book your Fastpasses. Thank you so much for joining me. If you found this helpful, please give me a like, subscribe so other people can find me. Comment below if you want more tutorial how-to videos like this. What do you need to know how to do? I would be more than happy to share. I just need to know what you need. So thank you guys so much for joining me, and I hope I inspired you guys to explore the world together.
Need help planning your next family vacation? Visit us at showcasetheworld.com to request a quote or schedule a free vacation consultation. Want more great travel tips? You'll find those there too.